All right, I'm back to add on to the stories that I was saying yesterday. There was some parts that was missed out. For now on, Carrie, my fake mother, that's supposed to be my mother right now, who was my real auntie, we're just gonna call her Suge, put it like that. When Suge first kidnapped me from my father's mother house and killed her son, while she was poisoning him with the tea, I was able to talk. I was this age, so 2, 3, whatever that might be right there. And she stuck a needle in my neck, if I'm mistaken, and I wasn't able to talk anymore. My voice was gone, and I was kind of like in a paralyzed state, like my movement. Because when she had me sit in the chair in the kitchen, she told me if I was to say anything, which I couldn't say anything. That was a stupid thing to say. She was gonna kill me. And when my auntie, she went, yeah, I was thinking my auntie left to do something. Well, she did leave at first. That's how she made the tea, because she was already busy, and she'll just pop up out of nowhere. She wasn't even expecting her. And she was, I guess, checking on something. But anyway, it got to the point Suge left, I guess, to poison whatever my little cousin was eating and drinking on. I remember it was like an orange drink, like I said. And I was trying to tell my auntie that don't drink the tea, but no words wouldn't come out. And she was like, what's going on? Little, I believe my name is Gary. Just probably the last name ain't right. But I'm just gonna say, what's going on, little Gary? And I couldn't say nothing. And then by the time she'll walk back in, she got to talking, and she seen that I was trying to tell her, but like I said, there wasn't nothing coming out. And whatever it was, it lasts a nice little while. But anyway, they set the house on fire, did all that stuff. And then the very next day, it went on my grandma's house, and I told the story how they shot her and all that, but she knew something wasn't right, because when I said it before, it was like, how did she get possession of me, talking about Suge. And also she was asking me, how was I doing? And I couldn't respond back. She double dosed me with that, whatever the hell the shit was. And that's why I was like, because in my old story, I was like, my grandmother was looking suspicious, but she wasn't suspicious enough to, with the tea, green tea, whatever kind of tea they was drinking. And even though she was a fortune teller, I guess God blocks some things out when it's your time to go or whatnot. Because I guess she didn't see that coming, evidently. And, she got killed and all that. They wrapped her up in a rug and they put her against the wall. But after that, by then we left, and they might have took her. I remember seeing the back door open, so I'm assuming because they killed her brother too. So they took him out. So then it gets to the part. I was thinking 7190 Nago was the only slaughterhouse. That wasn't the first slaughterhouse. It was on Ma Elliott, and I can't remember what other street and the address. But it was an Amoco gas station on the corner, and the house was a 2-family flat. The guy named A.C. Lanier was the upstairs neighbor who used to go with my mama. Oh, I keep saying my mama. She used to go with Suge, and they had a relationship down the line. Anyway, I don't want to jump too far into that. I want to stay on track. It's so much. And a man named Mr. Waddell and his family, which was AC's uncle or something like that. They all kin. He stayed down the street with his family. It was next to the gas station. And anyway, there's my mother and father was over there partying, And I forgot to mention my mother was actually pregnant. She was petite, big old stomach, was super big. And I remember used to rub on her stomach with a little boy. I think she said it's supposed to have been a girl, if I ain't mistaken. It was she's gonna have a little sister. But yeah, and it went down with the party, the fake party that was going on. That's when they attacked my father and mother and stabbed them and hit him in the head with the hammer and stuff, with that part, the claw part, and pulled the scalp down. And yeah, stabbed her in the stomach. And I remember my mother saying, "My baby," you know. I thought she was talking about me, but she was talking about the baby. And she got stabbed a couple times. And who stabbed her? Suge, Carrie, Lewis, whatever the hell you want to call her. She did it. And she tried to suffocate her too. That's what I thought she did. But I ended up leaving. Somebody put me in the sheet, I guess put me in a room or something. Somebody told me to go in the room. It was one of them, Maurice, somebody picked me up. But anyway, I remember they was low like beating my daddy towards the kitchen. But anyways, I don't know how many days went by, a day or two, maybe the same day, the next day, put it like that, the next day. Of course, Suge would dope me up with the whatever the solution was. I can't remember if it was brown or clear. She was probably using both of them, and she would stick it in my buttocks, and the stuff burned, and it would always take my voice away. I couldn't talk. It like had me in I could see everything. I just was in a damn zone or something. But as a punishment, cause I was trying to tell people who would come over the house or what I witnessed, and they'll tell her, like, he trying to tell her what's going on. And they'll put me in the basement, and in the basement was in the one room with the door closed was my father. My real father was in there, and my mother was on the basement floor, naked. Big old stomach, of course, pregnant, bloody, still recognizable. And she'd tell me, come here, Gary, and I was scared for a second, but I realized, like, it's me, your mama, and I'll go over there and she hugged and talked to me, and she's like, it's gonna be all right, I'm gonna get you out of here and all that. And she'll come and break us apart, and I'll get to crying, and she get to crying, let my baby go, let us go. And then when they opened up the door, Robert Lewis, my father, at the time I didn't know who he was. Like my mother, she was still recognizable, but my father, he had, his scalp hanging off his face, and his eye, like they just figured him all the way. But he still was alive. And Robert Lewis, whatever age he was at the time, he was raping my father. A grown man getting raped by a young man. And they had him tied up. I remember a sock being in his mouth to keep him from hollering. And yeah, he was doing that. And they hit him in the head and stuff with the hammer. I remember him getting knocked out unconscious at times. Like while they were raping him. Because it wasn't just Robert, it was a dude, Cedric Lanier. He's locked up in prison or something from raping a little girl, they said, in Detroit, Michigan. Yeah, because he came over and he raped my mother in front of me. Plus he raped my father. in front of me. And I remember having to look at it because they told me, Shug was telling me, you look. And my mother was crying, like, no. And she couldn't do them, like turn her head because you already beating and stabbing me. Now you want my son to witness me getting raped. And she like turned her head, like I said, she had long hair. And some of her hair was missing because they was pulling her hair out. And my mama, Shug would, pull hair out of her. She was jealous. Call her name, you B, thank you, all that, and pull her hair out and stuff like that. Whew. Man, this is already enough for me, but it gets worse. So, and the guy, Mr. Waddell, he was having sex with my mother, and he had some friends and stuff. They was running trains on him. They got so much that they was doping me up with the stuff, and she was getting bloodier and bloodier, and I didn't know who she was. I used to get scared of her. And I was like, it's the man and the woman. I forgot who they was. And I like, it's a man and a woman in the basement. And they used to threaten to put me down there when I, act up. I've said that before. I was saying, and I just like said, because there's so much going on right now. But it got to that one day that it was time to take him out. And I said in the other video what they did on Nego, everybody had to get a knife. That was the first time I seen it. And it got to the point. Just let me back up just a tenth back. Before the knives and stuff was brung out, they like I said, they beat and raped my mother so much, ran trains on her and all that so much that, like I said, she was weak. But it was one of them times, time for me, for her to hold me and stuff. And I didn't want to go near her. She had so much blood and stuff on her, and she like, come here, Gary, come here. I think I snuck down there, that's what it was. And I was so scared of her. And then he busted out the door, my father, and he looked just like a zombie. That's the best way to describe him. They looked like zombies. Like I said, he had nice big patch, his flesh hanging off his face, like his forehead was just, all that was hanging. Basically, I think I seen his brain. It's coming clear now. His brain was just about exposed. And like I said, he had his face like hanging, and I was so scared. I was hollering. And that was the day they took him out. I was screaming, and Shug came down there. Boy, she looked, because the stairs was tall. They were like down there, 15 stairs, and she's like, boy, what you doing down there? And then she like, she see that my pops had broke out of the little shed room they had him in. And then I'm just thinking right now, hell, they was some hell of a fighters. Hell, they been stabbed, his skin and stuff. I mean, whoo, shit. Yeah, I was scared of him, and Shug called everybody, they grabbed the knives, and they were getting the knives together. Like I said, my father, he was like chained up so much, he couldn't really move. It was only so far he can make it through, even though they had the bolt, the padlock on the door, and he bust out of it. It was only so far he can go. And I remember him trying to reach for me, and he couldn't even talk. Like, I don't know, they probably cut his damn tongue, I don't know. And my mother, she was, that was the first time I ever seen her, like, just lose it. Like, she yelled at me, come here, you little motherfucker, come here. Like I said, desperate. I guess knew it was going down, and that's when they came. Sarah, Maurice, all of them, Blue, they was all there. And I think maybe Cedric, somebody, a grown man or something, I think it was a grown man there. And it was time to put him down. And yeah, that's why these fools acting like they don't know nothing. Yeah, everybody killers. They all killers. Even put me as a little killer too. Cause I didn't know who my mother was. Oh, wait. Before they got to killing my mama, either she had the baby or they cut her out of her stomach. I think she had the baby. Yeah. That's why she was so aggressive too. When she was calling me, you little mouth, come here. She was going in labor. And they helped. And then that's, the lady, Miss Sandy, Mr. Waddell's wife, she came to help. They delivered the baby. My little sister, I'm assuming it was a girl, yeah. Delivered the baby fine. And my mother was asking, let me hold my baby. Not talking about me, the baby, my little sister, whatever, just had. You know what they did? Yeah, we're gonna let you hold your baby. I can't really recall. Yeah. I won't say they let her touch the baby. It was like, I guess, a fake pass. The lady, Miss Sandy, she took, the baby was alive, even though she'd been stabbed and everything in the stomach while she was in they took my little sister and slung her against the wall. Before that, she took her and threw her against the ground, the concrete cement floor. And threw her against the wall. It was like the image of that movie, Beloved. That scene, I would wonder why I never liked that scene coming up. That movie spooked me from that part. Yeah. And took a hammer, I believe it was Suge, took a hammer and started bashing the baby head in. Yeah. And my mother, my real mother was going like she was lost it. I mean, hell, she just, this, man, like so her hair was already wild, tore up and bloody everywhere. And next thing you know, they got stabbed on. Suge, I can't say who started, but I know everybody, they got stabbing, even gave me a knife. And they said, stab again. I said, no. Yeah, you better stab, I'll stab you. I remember Robert saying that. And Suge, she was saying stuff, they both looked alike, they both looked like devils to me. So I had to stab my own mama. And I stab her deep in that. They was pumping me up. So I remember it got to a point, me as a child, I kind of I'm just gonna call it like a berserker mode or something. And it was more than 3 or 4 stabs. It was like 4 or 5 stabs. A little boy at this age right here. Yeah. And she was howling, of course, but she didn't care. She at the point she just stopped crying or whatever. Hell, she done lost it. I mean, your husband, I don't know if they was married or not, but they got him looking like a zombie. Yeah, they killed him too. Robert, I think he started that off. I mean, it was best for them to go from all that. But yeah, everybody stabbed them. So don't lose all of them. Ain't nobody, I wasn't there, no, you was there. Lou, Sarah, Joanne, Robert, Maurice, me, Suge. Trying to see if Cedric was there. He got to be there, because they had to take the bodies out. I mean, Detroit, being in Detroit, it was so big, and you could just dispose the body anywhere. So many people, ain't no telling where the bodies at. But I remember also too, they had a chainsaw. They want a chainsaw like on Nago. It was like a bigger, one of them big old blades. And I remember hearing that go off, and that's why I probably got like a damn speech impediment. That's what you call it, because hell, it kept doping me up with so much of that damn shit and the damn needle. Every time I get out of line, and it just makes me stop talking. And you just like being in a vegetable state. So I know how them kids feel when they put that like when they say people be crazy and stuff, and they put that medicine to calm them down. Hey, you're not just damn self. You're just like looking. You can see stuff and you don't talk. Can't. Yeah, so I know how that feels. But yeah, that's what they did. My mother and father didn't just die right then and that day. Oh, Lonnie Luster, he dead now. He was raping my mama. A lot of them. And then the stuff that they got, the stuff was going on today, all the monitoring and all that. It don't stand a chance compared to what's going on, what went on back then. Yeah, man. But yeah, my mama and daddy, they didn't just die right then and there. They were some survivors. I'm pretty sure they wanted to probably die, all the pain they was feeling. And then being raped, man, they ran trains on my mother. That what you call the trains? Yeah. While she was shackled up. I think they would let her free too. A little bit, so they can all, get, But yeah, they killed my little sister. She was still alive. And also, coming up, I remember Suge would receive checks when we was on Nago. After going, that MK Ultra place and all that junk. I would get checks. It was like $600 or something. It was some nice checks that come once, I don't know if it once a month or once a week. And I never seen the dime. You never seen the dime go into the house, our wardrobe. We didn't have no video games. If we did get one, it'd be from Margaret Luster, my other auntie. I would get, they hand me down. Super Nintendo was out. They having the old Nintendo, we get that. That's how it go. No new shoes, Jordans and all that. We get new shoes, they'd be the cheapest, $50, $60 shoes, nothing big. And yeah, she was getting them big checks. And it was more money. And yeah, it's money been hidden from me. And I know it's money still out there from me. But me and God, we go get it through. I've been through and seen all this. So. Yeah, I had to get that in there. Yeah, it's a horrible life. And then I also remember as a child seeing my mother and father come back in spirit. Because I didn't know who they was at the time. Just like in Detroit, when the little girl got killed, the youngest, her and the one man who got shot, he got shot and used the hammer on him. The one got his head cut off. They came back in spirit form. Come think about it, I even seen the little girl when we had the stab on her. I seen her spirit leaving. As crazy as it sounds, I seen the little girl's spirit leave. It wasn't gone all the way yet, but it was leaving. It was like how can I explain, like a smoke, yeah, basically like a smoke, but it wasn't as thick. It's like you can see through. And then like the room to me was kind of, I don't know. So I guess that's part of the reason too why she kept me. I got some gifts going on. And I remember too, before my grandmother got killed, and while my mother was still alive, she was doing a fortune, like trying to see what the baby, how it was gonna be and all that. And she used to take the little, crystal dice. It was like crystal dice, some kind of thing, and shake it in a bag or in a cup and throw it out. And she like, the baby's healthy, the baby's fine and all that. Suge was at the table too, her and another lady. I can't get who the other lady is, a fat lady. Cause Suge, she always used to look evil. Before I seen all the stuff that went down, I hated when she came over. It just hurt. I just knew something was wrong with her. I hate her. Before all the killing and stuff, I just knew something was wrong with that lady. And so she was there also, I'm assuming with my mother, when I was in her stomach. And she knew what my grandmother said about me. So that's why she wanted me. A lot of money involved in it. Yeah, some money thing. Plus my gifts. And she got gifts too.